Alright, so this is my last practice attempt. Yeah, so there we go. Really nice, really good. There's me wearing my shoes because the floor was a little slick. I didn't want to fall. There I go, nice and smooth. Yeah, so my feet are like a little wider than my other attempts because I am compensating because the floor is a little slick. But yeah, really proud of myself. So, some of my constraints. So, fun fact actually, I had like a foot injury for a good while, so that kind of limited how much I could practice. So that was fun. We got that cleared up, so that's good. We don't have to worry about that anymore. But I was, injured, couldn't do it. That's a constraint. Environment. If you look at the video of my first attempt with shoes on, I completely just don't land it. The floor was so slick. The floor is always so slick. And I rub my shoes, to help with traction. But if I do it in a dance on a slick floor, I'm not gonna have time to rub my shoes off. So that's like an environmental constraint. And then I guess we could call it a task constraint. But back when I was first learning it and I was doing a high volume, it starts to hurt your head and shoulder because you're rolling all of your body weight on. So you can only do so many before your head starts to hurt and then you kind of have to stop. So that's a constraint. You can't do a ton in a row. You have to do a couple, take a break, do something else, and then do a couple more. So you can't just knock out a whole bunch to practice. So the model I'm choosing is Fitz's model. So the first step is cognitive, and you can definitely tell when I'm that stage because I'm just trying to do it. I don't care if it looks pretty. I'm just trying to do it. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. But then as I get better, you can tell I enter the associative phase because I really do have the fundamentals down at that point, and now I'm starting to fine tune it. I'm learning. I know how to critique my technique. And then in the last video, you can tell I'm in the autonomous phase because I just do it. I don't think about it. In my other trials, I sit there before I do it. I think about what I'm going to do. And then when I do it, I pause and reflect. But that last time, I just did it, didn't think about it, just did 3 quick in succession. And so, yeah, definitely you see all 3 phases. So, fun story about teaching. I was at practice and I just did it for fun and for practice. And one of my friends was like, "Oh my goodness, how did you do that? Teach me how to do that." And so it wasn't completely in depth trying to teach him, but I did get a little glimpse into how I would do that. So first step first, do they know how to do a backward roll? If they don't, then take the time to teach them. If they do know how to do a backward roll, perfect. Step 1 is already done. And then, so if they're learning, then you would go to the knees to do a backward roll, land on your knees. So once they have that pretty good, then you move to the standing because it's basically the same thing, just one you land on your knees, one you land on your feet. So that's how I would teach them. It's not a super hard skill to learn if you know how to backwards roll. But if you don't know how to backwards roll, that's probably going to take the most time.